This is Nadine bringing you Ventura Vibe, a podcast featuring the local treasures of people and places that make our community here in Ventura so special. I've got interviews, games, community resources, and volunteer opportunities to get us connected. So let's get started. The Sheltering in Ventura series was recorded from home at the very start of the pandemic. Here's a little snapshot of where we were at that time. Hey Ventura, welcome to Ventura Vibe, Sheltering in Ventura edition. This is Nadine checking in with you. At this recording, May 29, 2020, Ventura is easing the stay-at-home orders. We've been sheltering in Ventura for about 11 weeks now. I've been checking in with my previous guests, and on today's show, I'm checking in with Jackie Pierce, the Executive Director of the Westside Community Development Corporation, better known as the WCDC. Welcome back, Jackie.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Let's talk about the Westside Business Network.
All right. Well, the Westside Business Network is one of our programs that helps create visibility and advocacy for our Westside businesses here on the Avenue. And during this time that we're in, we are putting out a weekly newsletter to inform our businesses on all the resources that are available to them to help sustain their business. So we've been really, really busy during this time collecting all that information, ensuring that we have the most recent up-to-date information and resources, webinars, and then trying our best to distribute that out, mostly in English and then with some Spanish translation. And then spinning off of that for further questions, especially for our Spanish-speaking businesses, we offer one-on-one consulting. So we've been really, really busy on the phone, a lot of emails and phone conversations and even texting for businesses scrambling to access those resources.
And are there a lot of resources for these businesses?
Yes, gratefully, I can say so that we have some superb organizations in the county. EDC, Economic Development Collaborative, has done a tremendous job of collecting all those resources together and packaging it up so it's pretty easy to follow. They also offer webinars free, both in English and Spanish, weekly. And so we just do a push for those types of resources from them, as well as through Women's Economic Ventures, who equally do the same. The biggest challenge has been accessing the loans and the grants and figuring out, the language for there, especially if there's a language barrier. Yeah, so that's where the one-on-one consulting comes in. But yeah, the resourcing from Weave and EDC has been great.
So are you an expert now on all things business in Ventura?
I have definitely learned a lot during this time, for sure. Didn't know too much about, the loan process and all the information that is needed to access those and the safety nets, and so I would say, those online applications and translating them from English to Spanish, definite learning curve, as well as the technical part, and for those that weren't so technically literate, trying to communicate as best as possible over the phone, those resources to another person who's on the phone. And again, a language translation as well. So learning a lot, all of us, which has been a good thing. That's I would say, one of the perks of this whole crisis that we've been put in. The businesses have had to learn to rely on some online presence, which some of them hadn't before. And now seeing the value of that has been really helpful for them.
Oh, good. We're all learning new things,
yes.
Right? This Westside Business Network is a newsletter. Yes?
For right now, in the past, we've done actual workshops, inviting the public into our space and providing, whatever resources we felt valuable at the time or thought that businesses were calling us to supply, to meet their needs. But currently, the biggest need is accessing some funds, accessing some consulting or the technical part as well. So, and the best way that we could do it right is through email, through social media platforms, through phone calls and texting, as I was mentioning before. So that's how we have pivoted or adapted during this time. We also are putting out through the same Westside Business Network a video series. We're calling it the Westside Thrives Co-Video Series. And it's just an invitation for business to share their practices to others in the community. So we're accepting videos, we're fixing them up, so to speak, and then we're putting them out in our newsletter. So that's been kind of fun to see a couple videos come through and just see how clever people have become during this time. The creativity really shines.
So how do people access this information? Is it on your website?
Yes, it's on our website. So you can go to the westsideventura.org website, and there is a front page for the COVID-19 resources page. And then as well as if you go to our Facebook page, which is Westside Community Development Corporation, a little bit clunkier, and then also on Instagram at Westside Ventura. And then if you want to just go through the email channel, you can also email myself at director@westsideventura.org, or our outreach person who is helping us distribute those newsletters out, which is outreach@westsideventura.org.
Great.
Yeah.
So now I want to ask you, do you have any community events coming up?
Yeah, so we have our biannual cleanup event that we offer to the public. And we also had to push that event, which was to be held in March, to June. So June 20th, we'll be having our cleanup event for Westside residents, where they can, rid themselves of articles and refuse items that could be bulky items. It could be just maybe a trash service was cut off to save funds. So we're taking up those costs and providing 8 large dumpsters, or containers rather. And so our organization purchases those for the public and hauls them out.
Okay. So how does that work? Do they go to a site where these dumpsters are located?
Yes. So we have partnered up with a property owner on the west side who's graciously allowed us to use his lot for this event as well as the mulch event. Normally, we provide a service where it's curbside pickup, and we have a great partnership with a local church, New Keys, Ventura, who offers that service of, picking up on the curbside articles people can't transport themselves because of maybe lack of a truck or a vehicle in itself. And so that's been a service we've provided in the past, but this time, due to the situation we're in, we're trying to eliminate too much interaction with people and their things. So we will ask people this time to just come to the event, which a number of people do already, but come to the event, they get in line and take their turn coming in through the lot that we have and dumping off their things. And there will be a few volunteers there that will be helping them unload. And our volunteers are instructed to, wear the masks, all these adaptations, right, Nadine?
Right.
So,
Yes.
The social distancing as best as possible, those practices will be put in place, hand sanitizer. So,
Great. And all that information is also on your website, right? For this
correct.
event. Okay.
westsideventura.org.
And then tell me about your next mural project.
Yes, so that's one of my favorite projects to work on here on the Avenue because it's just such an inspiring program, and it beautifies the area and it excites the community. And also it was a program that we had to push back, and I was holding my breath because our fiscal year ends June 30th, and I don't have funding after that for such this particular project. So it's really trying to cram in this project before it was too late. And so we got all the thumbs up and approvals, and this mural is going to be a landscape image of the Taylor Ranch. So the West Side Hills is the theme, and it is a mural that is in conjunction with some improvements by the property owner at the site. So the owner of the property made some major investments on his property. And sort of like the prize is this beautiful mural done by a local muralist. So very exciting. Should be started mid-June. And she's got to work fast. Our muralist has to work fast and be finished by June 30th. But she said she can do it. So we're really excited and looking forward to it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for checking in with us. And thank you for the incredible work the WCDC does in our community.
Thank you, Nadine.
Thanks so much for listening to Ventura Vibe, a podcast dedicated to celebrating the community of Ventura, California.